Hello and welcome to my first One Piece TCG video, hopefully many to come. I said to myself in OP11 when I got my first top 8 that if I could top again with a rogue deck, that I would start making One Piece videos. So fresh off 10-0 at OCE Nationals with this guy, Black Yellow Moria, I thought, what better time than now to start making some videos. And I just got back from Melbourne this afternoon. We drove back and I thought, I would do a deck breakdown and, matchups that I faced on the day, and maybe make some more videos like a guide or something in future. So, but we're going to start with this deck profile. All right, so this is the 50 that I piloted for the Melbourne Nats, and our Gecko leader, and our 5 Gold Don and 5 Moria Don. Just gonna go through this real quick. So we had obviously 4 Thriller Bark Searcher and 4 Lilith Searcher. We had all 4 Alt Arts, but I borrowed one and my friend refused to sell it to me because he's a bum. So obviously Thriller Bark Searcher searches the whole deck, and Sindri searches your top end. Is most importantly Kiku and 9-cost Boa that's not searchable otherwise. And then for 2Ks, you have Sindri, searchable 2K, and actually good on-play effect if you have no other consistent ways to get stuff in the trash early. It's always really good. And the Kumasi, only other 2K in the deck, and obviously has the trigger to play out a 4-cost from trash, 4-cost Thriller Bark, so fantastic. Main Thriller Bark engine of the deck, got 4 Hogback, 4 Perona, and 4 Absalom. Obviously Hogback is the main target that you usually bring back so that you can KO him with leader effect and get effects from the trash without losing the body on board, without losing the tempo. Perona is one of the main things you want to bring back to freeze board and slow the game down in your favor. And then Absalom is the main one you usually want to play going first on 3 Don, or, when you have no other choice. And then Ryuma is just like a worse version of Absalom, just 2 in there. So if you don't see Absalom on 3, you have something to play. 2 Sindri blocker. I tried 1 and I tried none. And I just felt like I was missing not only more consistent Thriller Bark trigger to bring stuff back from the trash, but in very rare cases, especially against Ace, where you would normally bring back Hogback into Perona to freeze one of their things, there's scenarios where they don't have a Jozu or something like that, and instead of freezing something like, you can't freeze a Newgate, obviously you just want to crack this and bring this back if you have enough pressure on board and you just need to survive or slow down the pressure on you. And then last Thriller Bark card, 2 Black Hogback. This card was underrated and I might consider going to 3. Just being able to trigger it out of life and immediately get stuff back to hand, especially when your opponent's going for lethal. Just being able to get a 2K back or a brick bat event back is so important. And finally, last but not least, the not yet indoctrinated MVP of the Thriller Bark Pirates, Kikunojo. Bringing this card back and just looping this card semi-indefinitely by cracking Hogback, because importantly Hogback does not have to bring back Thriller Bark. He just has to bring back a trigger with cost 4 or less. So looping this card by bringing this back and cracking it, insane value, insane value. MVP combo of the day, especially into Emu. And yeah, you can also crack it, bring back Lilith if you're searching for more top end. 4/6 drop Gecko. You basically play this on 6 or 7 Don, or never if you can help it. Sometimes you can't, sometimes you have no top end. 8-cost Gecko, just classic top end. It's just this card but better because you have the option to heal the thing instead. You almost always want to be healing the Kumasi because then you have the option to either trigger or just keep a 2K in your hand. Last big body and 4 more top end Boa Hancock, this card is just completely broken. Like, this card is so broken. It just like heal one, opponent takes one, protects you while setting up lethal for next turn or the following turn, and also punishes people for starving you. Importantly, like if people try to starve you, you just build a wide board and drop really like power cards like this Boa. And then final card, 1 Brickbat, 3k event, and target that you want to bring back with this. Sorry, not this. Where is he? This. When your opponent goes for lethal, and yeah, just another trigger to bring stuff back. So that's the deck profile, and let's jump into what my matchups were for the day. All right, so I wrote down my matchups on my phone, so I'm just going to read them out. I played against Ace first round. I won the dice roll, and obviously choose second against Ace because his second curve is broken. He bricked pretty hard. Like I'm pretty sure that was the Ace first round. Yeah, that he bricked pretty hard, and he just died to aggro incredibly fast. Like he barely even got to set up the board. He just died so fast. And then round 2 was another Ace, won the dice roll again. I started off really strong on dice rolls, so I was really grateful for that. Managed to win that one too. And then Boa, lost my first dice roll. Boa can be quite scary because even though they have less triggers than you, and you should almost always just be triggering more than them, like this deck has like 30 plus ways to trigger out bodies from life, and whereas Boa has like 20 to 24, 26 usually. Yeah, it's 16 bodies and like 4 to 6 more ways to trigger out stuff. So like way less than Moria. But if they hit Gorgon Sisters out of first life, yeah, it's an uphill battle. It is what it is. But luckily, yeah, his triggers weren't amazing. Neither were mine, to be fair, but we got there in the end. He was a really nice guy. He came there with his kid. It was awesome to see. And then another Ace, won my third dice roll, went second. You know the drill at this point. You can just pressure them really hard by popping your stuff, and then everything's 6, so you're just spamming 6s at the 6k leader, which he struggles to deal with. Yellow Luffy was my next matchup, which I was genuinely terrified of, and was one of the reasons that I almost didn't take this deck, because the Yellow Luffy matchup is borderline unwinnable. Like, if you lose the dice roll, luckily I won the dice roll, so I got to go second again. I was winning like all my dice rolls for the first half of the day. So I got to go second, and even going second, it's still a very hard matchup because they're burning your life. You're not getting your triggers. You kind of have to race them because you can't starve them because they're burning your life. And you can't really use your leader effect either because they're burning your life. You lose too many cards out of hand. So you just sort of have to rush them and hope for the best, hope that they don't trigger out because they've only got like 12 trigger bodies. If it's happened to me before where they've triggered, you'll frighten me into a Robin to trash life like immediately, and the game's just over if that happens, like completely over. So that matchup you want to avoid that if at all possible. Yellow Luffy is terrifying. Last Ace of the day, 1 dice roll again, 1 dice rolls against all my aces, thank God. And that was also my last dice roll win for the day. I lost the rest of them. Managed to go second. I think that one went nearly to time. That one was a tough one. Or maybe that was the previous one. There was one that went nearly to time, took forever, and the other one, he played out the 6-drop rush Ace on curve, and I don't think I had a Perona yet, so I got pressured really hard, but we managed to win that one. Then we played against my GOAT, Marcus, who I'm sure some of you have seen the clip going around, and that's, it is what it is. If you guys knew the guy like I do, completely unintentional. He felt so terrible about it to the point where he even gave up his prizing, which, look, he's a better man than me because I would not have done that, that's for sure. But yeah, it's sad to see him getting dogpiled by the broader community that have, no idea what happens. And yeah, it looks, we know how it looks, but I can confirm it was unintentional. He's made up with the other guy, and let's all move past that. But I didn't want to team kill him because he's the only other guy I played from Adelaide and the only other Adelaidean to make top cut. But he saw like the worst life I've ever seen from a yellow deck. He saw like 4-cost Boa, Kuma, like no triggers, and he was on the Gecko Moria package as well as the Kuja Pirate, so he was running like a shitload of triggers, and he saw like none. It was disgusting. Like, I probably should have lost that game, but he saw absolutely nothing. And then went into my first emu, lost dice roll. Guy played amazing, but it was like the most stressful game of the day. Went to time. It was a whole thing. Don't even get me started, bro. Managed to win on time. Super, super like close, stressful game. One of the best games I played all day. And then second emu after that, one dice roll. Sorry, didn't win dice roll, lost dice roll, and that one was over much faster. He missed his first 10 cost turn, so I was just able to pressure him down, and then after that it was too late. Like, he missed one 10 cost turn, that's it, that's game over. Like, this deck goes too fast, and he also didn't starve me, so emu's usually meant to starve, so it's harder to put on the aggro, but because he didn't starve me, I was able to trigger some stuff out and put on the pressure. And then final round was on stream against Koi. He is such a lovely man. He's so nice, so funny. We had a great game and a great time on stream, as I'm sure you'll see if you watched the stream, and managed to win that one as well, ending the day undefeated. And yeah, it was pretty surreal. I didn't I didn't really know how to feel. I was very happy, and I was keen to get into Top Cut, and play the next day and see how far I could go. But I played against Jason day 2, and he packed me up. He knew the matchup inside and out. He said he spent 4 hours the previous night learning the matchup. He knew it inside and out. He played it perfectly, and I completely fumbled game 1 on stream. Unfortunately, I watched it back later and I was like, oh my god, what is this guy doing, bro? What is this guy doing? So that was unfortunate, but you know, that's more proof that Moria is better than people give it credit for, because at the end of the day, the games that I lost, they were my fault. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, thanks for watching my first One Piece video on this channel. Hopefully many more to come, and I'll probably do like a Moria like in-depth guide, like a matchup guide, something like that, coming up. So stay tuned for that, and yeah, please, you know, subscribe if you want to see more of this stuff. I usually like playing off meta, like rogue decks that have a decent matchup spread, you know, but I'll just play what is fun. If it's meta, if it's not meta, whatever it is, I'll play it if I enjoy it. So if you like that type of content, you know, stick around, and yeah, thank you very much, and I will see y'all another time.